The agent stopped just off the old dirt trail, staring down the straight path up into the hills. He pressed a button on the side of his helmet. He relayed his position, explaining he wouldn't be in contact for a few minutes as he was at the target. He proceeded up the trail, taking his time and being careful as to not alert any unfriendly neighbors or wildlife, slowly approaching the end of the trail. He looked up to the space between the rocks, raising his SMG and leveling it at chest height as he then creeped up the hill. He peered into the bunker as he entered, the view being both humbling and sad as he looked across the room. He shrugged off any off feeling as he walked in, trudging through the open security gate. Then turning toward the security terminal, sitting at the cluttered and rotting desk, the stench of mildew grasping at his mask as he let out a few hacks, quickly typing in the access code opening the door behind him. He sat down at this new terminal, the chair not letting out so much as a creak, which surprised the agent. Nevertheless, he looked to the terminal, tearing through its logs as he looked for a recent radio message. A big grin grew under his mask as he saw the message on his screen: activity recorded on frequency 138 MHz, transmitting from these coordinates. The coordinates were what he was there for, and he quickly uploaded the information to a small holotape before standing up and marching over to a nearby box of files. And there it was, the last printed transcripts of radio communication. He picked up the entire box, throwing a dozen papers into a bag by his side, standing up once more and finishing by walking up to the ham radio on the other side of the terminal next to him. He heard this lieutenant over the radio and quickly divulged the location mentioned in the report. The man on the other side then relaying it back to his commander for it to be confirmed.
Positive ID on target. Rest easy, soldier.
As he left, he went over to the desk full of food, snatching a box of fancy lads from it, before walking out into the hallway.
Rest easy, soldier.
Lieutenant Williams spoke to the two men behind him after he confirmed the coordinates, informing them that the hour was at hand. The major there, clad in power armor, looked down at the holographic map below them, his eyes seeing the new location that popped up on it at the coordinates. His eyes widened as he realized where it was. Rushing out of the room, the lieutenant colonel there in his radiation suit grew confused as the man behind them rushed down the hall. The major was extremely surprised to learn that the last positions of the Brotherhood of Steel were in Massachusetts. Supposedly, a local group of militia had defeated them and killed Elder Maxson, but reports did indicate that it was possible remnants remained there, so this wasn't unprecedented. He had to quickly organize a force to move out to the Commonwealth, gathering the control company and informing them to go tell his men they were moving out to the nearby refueling station. The major landed at designated LZ Noland by the early morning as planned, quickly setting up a FOB within the area, erecting defenses and opening communication with Greylock Mountain Complex, confirming their position and then being instructed to begin a reconnaissance operation around the coordinates to assess the situation of the Brotherhood of Steel. The force made steady progress, trudging through the radioactive hills of northern Massachusetts and slowly making their way south toward the coordinates. Nobody, not even any local pests, messed with them as their power armor and plasma guns scared most off. By nightfall, they'd reached the position, Fort Zemunjar. Without a moment to lose, the Major ordered an attack, believing that if they were spotted in this operation they would be unable to force them out later. Fell upon them with vigor, tearing into the Brotherhood and securing the position quickly. After they took out the forces stationed there, they proceeded to blast the entire place after taking anything of use, leaving nothing but the husk of a radio tower. They proceeded back to their FOB, reporting over the radio that their mission was done.
Target destroyed.